of what it means when community comes together for the greater good. So I stepped in as the reluctant, and I mean super reluctant co-chairperson here. And it's been my goal to help Cassandra, who's the real chairperson, her vision of Garden of Gods come to life. And the truth is, none of that could have been possible without the endless support of the volunteers who worked tirelessly. Many of whom you can see wearing this volunteer badge here tonight, but there are many more that are at home that you don't even know about, but they have worked hours and hours putting in their energy and their passion and their compassion to make this event come to life. So to the volunteers, I sincerely want to say thank you. It's amazing. And to all of you, our guests, our honored guests, just by being here, you are pillars of the community. Just by being here means so much to the Fusion organization. And so to you, I want to say thank you as well. And I really do hope you have fun tonight. Eat some good food, have some drinks, and open your checkbooks. But I mean that figuratively, because I've been told by banking we're not accepting checks. So don't do that. But do spend some money and know that you're doing it for a really great cause. And to all of you, I thank you. And are we introducing Peggy? Okay, and with that, it is my sincere pleasure that I get to introduce to you my friend, the founder of Fusion, the one and only Peggy Laporte.
What an introduction. Oh my goodness, Julie, thank you so much. I don't deserve all of that. I appreciate it very much, but really, truly, you are the stars, every single one of you. You're here tonight to support this amazing mission that we have with Fusion of providing housing and support services to homeless families. You've been here year after year after year. Many of you are new. I hope you're having a great time, and you tell your friends and bring them here next year at the same time, always the first Wednesday in August. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Without you, we couldn't do this. So I thank all the volunteers, all of you here tonight participating. And I say the same thing Julie said, open that pocketbook tonight. Let's spend some money and make a great night for Fusion. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm David Harrison, board chair for Fusion. And on behalf of the board, all the volunteers, our guests, politicians, and everyone who helped make this event possible tonight, thank you. I'm going to be the next person to tell you this is the reason we're here tonight is to raise money to support the mission. So there's some great items to bid on. And everybody open up your credit cards and let's raise some money for Fusion. But again, on behalf of the board and all the volunteers that put this event together, I say thank you. I want to invite a couple of our principal sponsors to come up and say a few words. Art by Nature, they could not make it tonight, Ryan McMahon, but big round of applause for Art by Nature. Andrea Hogan, Home Street Bank, we've mentioned you several times.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. How nice is it to be in person once again, seeing faces and being together. So Julie, where are you? You stole my thunder. I was like, open your heart and your wallets, please. And let's push this mission forward for Fusion. Home Street Bank has been a very strong partner with Fusion, and we continue to do so going forward. So just a big thank you to everyone, our volunteers, our board, everybody for coming out tonight to celebrate Fusion. Thank you.
Come on, give Andrea a big round of applause. And keep it going for Ken Shavitz of the Blackbriar Group and Morgan Stanley. Here he comes, everybody. Straight down from Mount Olympus, putting down his lightning bolt and bringing the thunder, Ken Shavitz.
Wow, I need you at home. No, just kidding. Just a couple things. Those of you know us, we're in the investment business, and those of you that have investments know things have been really good the last year or so. Well, Fusion has not been sitting around with some help of some government money and also a lot of volunteer money. They've opened another shelter for a 90-day stay, which has been incredible, so we can really help homeless families, and that's why we continue to invest in Fusion with this small amount of money that we give to help, and of course a lot of money from you guys, and so we can keep this thing going. So thank you very much.
Come on, give him a big round of applause, everybody.
And I'd like to introduce a really good sponsor and supporter of Fusion, Bill Savison from Lennard, president of Lennard.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Bill Salveson with Lennar. Where's Lennar out there? All right. Yeah, that was kind of weak. A little bit more. There we go. All right. Okay. I won't spend any time telling you about who we are, what we do. Google it, Lennar. But I will spend a moment telling you about our relationship with Fusion that started about 4 years ago or so, and we clicked right away. We found early on that our culture, for each organization was really aligned, and I think that's important, right? And actually, in that first year, we were looking at each other, going, "This seems too good to be true," And but of course, over the years, we discovered that it's all true. I mean, everybody at Fusion is so generous, so giving. We're talking about folks with a servant's heart doing amazing work for the community, a truly exceptional organization. And I'll tell you what, we are honored to be a partner with Fusion in creating home for so many families. And speaking of home, I think we've all learned that home means a little bit more than it used to, right? I mean, home is it's our office, our school, our gym, our restaurant, our church. I mean, it's everything. And, Fusion is creating that sense of home for so many wonderful families that, let's face it, have a hard time getting there on their own. So what can we do? What can you do? What can I do? Good question. Thanks for asking. Allow me to demonstrate. Okay, try it. Go ahead and try it. It feels good. Get it up there. All right, there you go. That's what we can do. And I want to say thank you to so many people. I have no idea who you are, but look around. I mean, look to your left and right. Look at this place. So much work going into pulling off an evening like this. I want to thank Lauren and Shelby from our Lennar team. I've seen you work so tirelessly for weeks making this happen. And then I also want to thank one of the Fusion board members and a very special Lennar associate, Julie Siegler. You are a difference maker, and thank you for everything you do. So come on, let's bid.
Welcome, Robin O'Grady.
Hi everybody, it's so great to be here today with our community. I wanted to take a moment to personally thank our sponsors, our volunteers and staff, our elected officials, and the community. This is a day of celebration, and we all have much to be proud about. The word fusion means the process of joining two or more things together to form a single entity, and it is this fusion of loving hearts and hands that have made Fusion what it is today. I wanted to share with you some of the highlights of this past year at Fusion and to let you know that you had a direct hand in helping us help families experiencing homelessness. The one thing that will remain etched in the hearts of our families for years to come is that during an unprecedented pandemic, While some nonprofit agencies were forced to close their doors, your support allowed us to hold 22 families, 77 individuals, more than half of whom were small children, in place so they could stay home and stay healthy. They did not have to fear that they would be displaced and returned to homelessness, and despite the challenges the families had, like job losses, learning how to homeschool, and other stressors, our families had as much success as any other time at Fusion in history. Also, last year on Christmas Eve, the Pete Anderson Fusion Family Center was able to welcome our first families into emergency shelter. The Fusion Family Center, a 90-day shelter for families experiencing homelessness, provides safety and guided support in accessing gainful employment and permanent housing. Already, we've served more than 60 families and have transitioned almost 20 families into permanent housing from the shelter program. We are on track this year to provide more than 140 families with services, transitional housing, and shelter, and we couldn't be more proud, and it's because of all of you. We have altogether, through this fusion of resources and talent, created the amazing organization that is now the new Fusion, and the legacy will continue as we stay true to our mission and meet the needs of those most vulnerable in our community. We thank you and hope you have a wonderful time at Garden of the Gods. At this time, I'd like to introduce our honorary event chair, Pete von Reichbauer, to come up and say a few words.
Very few words. The longer I speak, there's less time for bidding. I would like to recognize those who joined us here in 1994. I would like to have everybody who was here in 1994, please stand up. And if anybody's next to Jim Burbridge, can they help him up? Please stand up. Everybody who was here in 1994. These are the people who deserve the applause. Thank you.
We've had full support of City of Federal Way, and Mayor Jim Farrell is here to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Robin. It is so great to see everybody out here, and I have to say that this is really one of the great events that we have every year. Missed it last year. It's so great to see everybody out. Beautiful weather for it. But I have to say that Fusion is really one of the pillars of our community. Actually, it's really probably more like a Greek column on today's day. But it's really one of the pillars of our community, and when it invests in these areas, the hotel and the transition that we were just talking about, for the homeless families, the space that was just opened, that Pete and the former Speaker of the House were able to get that funding to be able to put those families in, that literally transformed that area of our downtown. An area that was distressed is now an area of hope and rebuilding, not just of the building that they put the money into, but the families that came there. And so, as your mayor, it's such an honor to work with Fusion. They do such great work. Peggy, it was such a pleasure to work with, and the board, and Robin has just done an exemplary job. She's taken the baton and gone that extra lap and just really taken Fusion to the next level. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you very much for the board and for all the volunteers and for all the bidding you're soon to do. Thank you very much.